Good morning, everyone. Let's have a look at what's been going on these charts. Sorry, I've not been around for a couple of days, but because of what's been going on, you might as well just stick with the last video I made, talking about trend, talking about momentum, talking about time, talking about expectation of cycle, not talking about what I think might happen after somebody becomes president, and what they might say, and then the repercussions of what his words might be on markets, because those sort of things can't be seen on a chart, so I can't really do that. So you might as well just leave it to do its thing. And even today, obviously, you're going to have to let the dust settle, which is basically what's going to happen. And there's loads of people out there saying, oh, he didn't say anything about crypto. I says, well, yeah, whether he said it or not said it, it would have either spiked it and dumped it and spiked it. All I want is for everybody just to leave it alone, so it can continue with its overall trend. Anytime there's any kind of intervention, whether it's genuine or manipulative, it kind of renders the short-term timeframes of those charts a little bit broken, and when they break, they have to kind of sell. So we're not actually going to look at XRP. We can do that tonight. We've got the live stream tonight if you want to join for that. But we're just going to focus on Bitcoin, which is obviously the big daddy of the crypto market. And let's see if it's okay. So as far as candle bodies are concerned, don't count the wicks, count the candle bodies. We've not closed a new local high yet. This wick doesn't count for anything. This is emotional people buying emotionally and then selling emotionally. It's just like a lot of emotions yesterday. It's an emotional day. What we focus on is the candle bodies, which is the agreed price from the bears and the bulls. And basically yesterday's candle was tiny. Today it's kind of the same, but what we do notice is that we're still holding above basically all moving averages. Not the 7 simple, that's fine though, but the 10 exponential, the 21, the 20, and all the other ones in between. So as far as that kind of trend is concerned, it's okay. Now there's another good thing that's kind of brewing, although it's a bit crooked and it's not quite ready yet, which would be a pump signal, or possibly even a trend signal. Again, it's crooked at the moment on the Ichimoku cloud. So you've got the conversion baseline sort of, they're basically together at the moment, just at this level, which is, I suppose, really, it's working its way above the cloud. We've got no green portion of the cloud. Price action's above the cloud. Cheeky span's above price and cloud. So I'm hoping over the next couple of days it'll either give a trend or a pump signal. It's going to give one of the two, I would imagine. But until we see the confirmation of the signal, we don't have a signal. We just have some components leading into a signal. So nothing's confirmed yet. However, yeah, that would be nice if we were to get that. You'd expect a nice move into 105, which again is baby steps. That's nothing. That's not crypto moves, but it would take you there and hopefully beyond that. So we're looking at that. We've got the money flow index is creeping up. It's at 66. It's not overheated. It's actually quite nice. So we'll take it to a 4-hour to see what that looks like. So the 4-hourly is a bit crooked, obviously. So we've got a fresh golden cross here, and we're holding on the 50 exponential moving average, which is all part of the golden cross. If we did dip down lower, we would be looking at sub 100,000. Basically 97,300, 97,900. So those kind of areas are still on the cards for a drop down and then a bounce from there. There's not really a great deal more to say about it than that on the 4-hourly, I would say. We are cooling off still when it comes to momentum and volume over here on the weekly. And obviously looking at the weekly at the moment, it doesn't look very good. With a wick like this, there'll be lots of people out there, I imagine, talking about how this is a shooting star and blah 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 and oh my god. But look, just recognise that this is a very early candle at the moment. This is Tuesday, right? Weekly candles close second after midnight Monday morning, right? So we've pretty much got the whole week to resolve that candle in one way or another. It can go up, it can go down, it can go to the right. The only place it can't go is to the left. And so we've got pretty much 6 more days worth of price action to decide whether or not this is a shooting sandal, a shooting star candle, or something else. So I wouldn't get too bent out of shape about what it is right now. It's very early and it's absolutely by no means at all ready to close like that. Not yet. So the long story is, I mean, to make a long story short is, we're probably better off just focusing on this 4-hourly, whether we bounce from here to 105 or come down to 97, bounce up to 105, and then we'll see if we can get that pump or trend signal on the daily over the next couple of days, and give a little bit more weight to the idea that we'll be moving up. But overall, the same analysis still doth apply. We are looking to work our way up to new highs this year for altcoins, for Bitcoin, for everybody. But after a day like yesterday, markets are going to have to respond to, oh, my emotions, oh, it's so emotional. And that's what it was. It was an emotional day for the markets, and they're relaxing now. The Dixie potentially found a top as well, actually, which is something worth talking about. I suppose we can sort of finish here. So, and this little line is a coincidence line. I'm not suggesting I found the absolute top on the Dixie, but I was thinking that we are going to have to start curling over at some point soon, and we might be seeing that now. The dollar strength is also all part of the buy the rumor, sell the news, the emotional situation of markets at the moment. Oh, tariffs, oh my God, the USA. Well, that's all fine, but there is a point where markets do sort of say, right, enough's enough, let's reverse. Look, this is a strong trend. I'm not saying it's a reversal, but if we're talking about the overall much bigger picture, which is this weekly rising channel, and I suppose the 4-year cycle that dollar, and obviously Bitcoin kind of has, we are looking for it to kind of come down between now and towards the end of the year, really, maybe even into a little bit into next year before it finally does reverse and go back up to the top. That's how the model fits right now, but also recognize that these formations, these rising channels, do have a habit of breaking down. The only difference is that this one found its low in 2011, so this is a very old channel, right? So we might have another cycle in us before we actually finally break down. And if we did break down from the next cycle, so we're talking some point 2029, something like that, then actually the low could easily just be something along the lines of 100, which is actually not that bad. Right, I'll leave it with you there. Anyway, just relax. There's really nothing to get bent out of shape about. I strongly believe that everything's going to be fine. It's just a bit of a rocky week while the ripples sort of flatten out. It's like when things like this happen, or any kind of big event happens, I always use the analogy, it's like going to a still pond, right? Chucking a stone in, and then you get the ripples, and then you got to wait, and then the ripples get smaller, and then it goes back to where it came from. A nice bit of calm equilibrium. It will always settle itself back to its natural trend. It's very unlikely to reverse because of an event like yesterday. So I expect that, it's going down. It's nothing more than buying opportunities and carry on with the overall projection, which is one of a bull market and an uptrend. And actually, in my opinion, is probably going to end in a significant parabolic peak at some point this year, and all of that is in the not too distant future. So that leaves me with the confidence that this is just more opportunities to buy. Right, that will be that. Maybe I'll see you tonight, maybe I won't. Links in the description below. Other than that, hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.